Hey guys, I'm Maryam. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do a spring-inspired, sultry, sort of smoky eye with a nude lip. And today I'll be using none other than my friend Manny MUA Makeup Geek collaboration palette, which I love so much. This is a must-have palette. I've been using it practically every day since I opened the box that had it in it. And I'm so proud of Manny. He's such an amazing person. He's an amazing makeup artist and a great friend. So this is really personal for me, and I really hope you enjoy this video. I hope you enjoy my tutorial. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing is applying Benefit's POREfessional primer all over my porous areas. First, I'm warming it up between my fingers, and I'm applying it here on tops of my cheekbones and kind of just smoothing it out. This will help minimize my pores as well as any fine lines, which will help with my highlighter later on. And I've already moisturized my skin and I've treated my pores about 45 minutes before I began to film. So if you want me to include this step in the next tutorial, definitely let me know in the comments below and I'll do so in the next film. For my foundation, I'm going to be using Tarte's Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation, which I've been raving about for the past month and a half since I've received it. And you guys know we just went to Hawaii with Tarte. They showcased their entire line of Rainforest of the Sea. And I gotta say, this water foundation is my favorite product of the line, if not Tarte's entire makeup collection. It is really that good. It is so super perfect for my skin. It is matte, yet it still showcases dewiness on my face, if that makes any sense. So I'm in love with it. I'm obsessed with it. So watch how I apply it. Okay, as you can see, this foundation comes with a little droplet that you can release the product from. So it's perfect for application. I just like to kind of dot on the foundation with the applicator and then squeeze some out wherever I need it. The color that I'm using is Tan Sand, and I'm just applying it generously all over my face. I'm using Tarte's double-sided brush to spread the foundation across, to blend it. Now I'm taking a little bit of the same foundation, but in a lighter shade. This is Medium Tan Sand. And I'm distributing it evenly over the areas that I want to highlight. So the center of my face, a little bit on my chin, around my mouth. There you go. This highlighting technique, I call it uncontouring. It's sort of the antidote to all the crazy contouring techniques that we've been seeing. And now that springtime is here, I think we want to be a little bit more dewy, a little bit fresher looking. Not so heavy, not so makeup-y, you know? Obviously we want to wear makeup, but we want it to look really fresh and youthful. So instead of contouring, I'm doing uncontouring, aka highlighting with a lighter foundation. The great thing about this foundation, and something that I'm particularly addicted to, is that it looks like it already has setting powder on, and I haven't put anything on. Look how matte it looks, but it still has that nice dewiness. So it looks like my skin is really fresh and like it's breathing, you know? So if you have a drier skin type or even a normal skin type, you may not even want to use setting powder with this. Definitely play around. Let me know how it works out for you. Of course, with my oily skin type, I still gotta set it, but it's nowhere near the kind of setting and baking that I have to do with my other foundations, which I really love. Another thing that I discovered during my Hawaii trip with Tarte was this Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Sealer Concealer. The shade that I'm using here is medium, and I'm just applying it under my eyes, a little bit on my nose, around the corners of my mouth, just to bring even more light to those areas. I love the smell of this concealer. It kind of smells like paint, so it reminds me of my childhood. Now, some of you may not like the smell of paint, but I quite enjoy it. It reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of my parents, who are both artists. So, you know, it's a preferential thing. And it blends really nicely, as you can see. Very seamlessly with the water foundation. Okay, I'm going to quickly set my under eye and my porous areas with the Dermablend translucent setting powder that I use pretty much all the time. Just gonna use the small little brush, tap off the excess, and just dab it right here. I'm not gonna go crazy with the baking because, like I said, this foundation really doesn't need it. And a little bit here because I always tend to get very oily between my eyebrows, just in the center of my forehead. Every time I take a picture with flash, my forehead just shines and it frustrates me so. But I guess that's what I get for having an oily skin type. Less wrinkles though. Or so I've been told. Okay, so I just finished my brows and I also contoured my forehead just a bit because, you know, baby is wide, so you need to slim it down just a little. And now I'm going to apply my blush. I'm going to be using this Palladio blush. It's called Herbal Matte Blush and the color is Toasted Apricot. And I'm going to be applying it with this Chikuhodo brush that I got from Beautylish. I'm just going to beat my cheekbone ever so slightly. For my highlighter, I'm going to be using Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop. This is still one of my favorite highlighters. It is really creamy, even though it's powder. It just glides on like silk. Look at it. Is that not poppin' or what? Champagne poppin'. You really don't even need a lot of this product too. It's just so rich. Ugh. A little bit on the nose. Time for the eyes. For the eyes, I'm going to be using my new favorite, Manny MUA and Makeup Geek collaboration palette. I am so excited about this one, you guys. Take a look at these gorgeous colors. How stunning are they? How stunning. Hello, hello. They are amazing. I really look at it as the perfect warm toned palette. Manny did such an amazing job. And as you guys know, when I came back from Hawaii, I had maybe 30 packages that accumulated over the 2 weeks that we were gone. And this was the first package that I opened because it is personal for me. Manny is my friend. I'm super proud of this collab and it means so much to me to be able to film this tutorial with this beauty. Shall we get started? I think we shall. Okay, first color that I'm gonna be using is this shade right here. It's called Sora. How cute is this, guys? This is so Manny. I love this. It's got his little moon signature. Oh, I love you, Manny. So I am picking up Sora eyeshadow with this fluffy brush by Sonia Kashuk. And this thing got a nice mirror in here, so I'm just gonna be using this. Ooh, primer. I forgot to prime my lids. I got so excited about the palette, I almost applied it without any primer. And I have oily lids, so I can't do that. I can't skip that step. And neither should you. I'm gonna apply my Too Faced... I'm so excited. I'm gonna apply my Too Faced Shadow Insurance on my lids. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, don't forget to apply it to your lower lash line. That is super important because you don't want it to run or crease in that eye, in that corner. Okay, back to Manny MUA palette. I'm picking up Sora with this big fluffy brush and I'm just working it into my crease. Windshield wiper motions, barely touching my skin. Just blending it out. What I really love about this palette is the range of matte shades. These beautiful warm tones that are perfect for the crease, perfect to create that nice sunset eye that Manny is so known for. So I'm gonna try to recreate that, but with my own twist to it, of course. Manny colors, Maryam style. Next, I'm picking up this shade right here. It's called Cosmopolitan. And the brush that I'm using is Sigma's E35 tapered blending brush. So it's slightly smaller than the previous brush that I was using. And I'm just layering it on top of the previous shadow, just to create more of a layered effect. This sort of deepens the crease, which I so don't have. So it really helps to create dimension on the eye. Gorgeous colors. Gorgeous. So flattering for any skin tone. I could see this looking good on the fairest and coolest of skin tones, as well as warm skin tones, deep skin tones, just anything and everything in between. Now I'm dipping my brush into this pretty red shade called Mars. And the brush that I'm using is also by Sonia Kashuk, but it is the stiff blending brush, not the fluffy one. So I'm going to apply this red shade along my crease, but lower than the previous colors. So they really separate. So first I want to pack the color on, and then I'm going to blend it out. I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Makeup Geek shadows are generally very amazing. I'm a big fan. So this collab with Manny is just perfect. It adds his personal touch to the shadows, to the quality, and just obsessed. To chisel out that crease a little bit, I'm picking up this shade. It is called Insomnia. Yes, Insomnia. It's this nice black and plum kind of shade, and I'm just going to apply it to the outer portion of my crease, just to deepen it even further. This is going from a fresh springy look to a very sultry, dramatic nighttime spring look. Good thing I have an event today, so I can wear it right out. Okay, next up, I'm lining my lower lash line with Ardency Inn Modster liner in black. I'm lining very closely to the lashes and going in halfway, not all the way in. Next, I'm picking up Aphrodite, this duotone greenish brownish shade. Very beautiful shade, very Manny. And I'm gonna seal that liner with the shadow. Ooh, yes. Can you see how pretty that is? Okay, so for the rest of this eye look, I'm gonna be using Dose of Colors Hidden Treasure palette. Look at this gorgeous beauty. This is another stunning palette that just released by Dose of Colors. And I'm gonna be using these two shades right here, Gemstone and Onyx, to complete the look. I'm applying Gemstone all over the lid. And this shadow is foiled, so you can apply it wet or dry. It is highly pigmented. I mean, highly pigmented. If you saw my Snapchat review about this, you might remember that I went a little crazy when I first got this. So I'm just applying it over the lid, meeting with my blending colors from the Manny palette. Then I'm gonna apply it to my other eye. And I think these two palettes actually go together really nicely. Manny might have said it himself too. They're just a perfect complement. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of that Onyx along my lash line into my outer V to create even more drama. All right, so I've already finished this eye and I applied my lashes. I was looking at the eye look and I was thinking it's already so sultry and so dramatic that I decided to skip liner. I feel like these shadows are really powerful, really beautiful on their own, and kind of just like them as is. Plus I'm wearing really dramatic lashes to really accentuate this shape. So now I'm just waiting for my other lash glue to dry on my lash. And I'm gonna show you how I apply my lashes. I have a new technique that I wanna show you. So I take a little mirror, right? And I look down into the mirror while I'm holding the lash band in the center. Then I align it very closely to my natural lash line, to the roots of my lashes. I press it down and then I tuck in the corners. So the only difference here is that I'm looking down into my mirror. This really helps you distinguish your lash line and apply it much closer than you would if you were looking directly into the mirror, like straight. And I really find that it helps me a lot. Then once the glue starts drying, you just want to maneuver the lashes up, press them in a sort of fan style so that they go like this and not straight out. And I find that this way is so much easier and faster. Okay, I just applied my lipstick. I used Gerard Cosmetics Serenity in partnership with Manny MUA. I think it's perfect for this dramatic eye look. It's a nice, neutral, peachy pink sort of nude, and it goes really nicely with these warm tones that I have on the eyes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I want to create some more looks for you using these two palettes, the Manny and the Dose of Colors. I really love them. I feel like I could wear them for so many different occasions, not just for going out, but also for every day. So definitely let me know what you think. Leave your comments and questions down below. Be sure you're subscribed to my channel and follow me on my social media platforms, my Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, and my blog. I love you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.